Hello YouTube, how are you today? Well, I decided to make another video today, and I've been watching a number of YouTube videos, which is what I do a lot of in my off time. But in this video, I would like to throw my hats off to Donald Trump. I think if I was an American citizen, I'd really want him to be the next president of the United States, from what I have heard him talk about and what he stands for. I also want to comment on a lot of other, not a lot of other issues, but a few other issues, such as the police brutality down there is unbelievable. I mean, it's totally nuts. Um, I mean, you've got cops, I've seen on some videos. I mean, these guys are like 30, 40 years old, these cops. And they're throwing 12-year-old girls and boys down on the pavement and giving these cops paid vacations when they kill people. I mean, anyway, over the last few years, I don't know, maybe it's been going on for longer. Maybe I really can't put a date on it, but it's a good thing that video cameras and video has been made more popular when it comes to filming the police and dealing with the public, because there are a lot of cops, from what I can see on video out there, that are still on the force, apparently, in a number of these videos. And these guys shouldn't even be wearing a badge. I mean, you got some really crazy. I mean, the American people are dealing with a lot of crazy, far-fetched people that are cops, and I mean, I'd go so far as to say there are probably a lot of bad incidences in the jailhouses too. I mean, you've got, excuse me, you've got a number of people in jail for really stupid shit, from what I can gather. I mean, there was a guy given a ticket for riding a bicycle on a bike path, apparently going the wrong way. I mean, frivolous charges, okay? And I mean, it sounds to me like, I mean, these cops are just out there to make money for the establishment. Has nothing to do with law, but everything to do with making money. So there's a lot of variety here. I mean, you guys should be revamping your entire police forces and the whole shebang here. I mean, there's a lot of work that has to be looked at in the United States. I'm in Canada, and I keep saying that on all my videos because I want it very clear that up here we don't deal with things the way down there you guys do. I mean, I watch these videos on YouTube, and I tell you, it just makes my blood boil. Okay, I mean, the way things are done down there. I mean, like in the last 2, 3 years or so, since I started watching videos on YouTube, I mean, it was an eye opener, and that's how 9/11 thing got into my play too. It wasn't Osama bin Laden, and I've said it on previous videos if you watch my other videos. Um, it was an inside job. I agree with Jesse Ventura. Alex Jones, my hand's up to you. My thumbs are up to you. Um, and I really hope that Donald Trump does get in, because I think he's your best bet as far as a president. Um, I was all for Mr. Trudeau getting into our as a prime minister for Canada, and I think that Donald Trump Mr. Trudeau should get together and hopefully, get things on the right track. Donald Trump sounds to me like he's all for the working guy, you know, and I think he's a breath of fresh air for the United States government and for the United States people. But I also hope that if he does get into office, he is going to open up a real legitimate case when it comes to 9/11, as well as looking into your police forces. I mean, the way police procedures are done down there, I mean, it's police brutality down there. I mean, according to a lot of your videos. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a lot of good cops down there. And stuff like that. But when you've got these bad apples in there, I mean, it's a horror story for a work environment for a good cop to be in. So he's probably, I mean, these good cops are probably just going along with the flow in 90% of the cases down there. So I mean, that's enough said with that. But I mean, these videos I'm watching, I mean, uh, you know, I, I mean, I would take these videos and redo the whole cases all over again. That's how tragic some of these videos are. I mean, when you've got teenage girls being thrown to the ground like they're rag dolls, I mean, and the charges are just bullshit. I mean, there is no charges in some of these videos. I mean, it's just astronomically crazy. How? I mean, I tell you, I'm glad that I'm not a United States citizen. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, I am really glad that I'm not a United States citizen because you guys down there, I mean, you must be going through hell in a lot of cases. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I watch these videos, and videos don't lie, okay? Videos don't lie. They speak, or they're put it this way, they're biased. It is what it is, okay? And when you've got this Bill of Rights thing going on, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, for you guys down there, and I wish we kind of had that here. But anyway, um, you've got these cops going against the grain here when it comes to law. I mean, these guys think they make up their own law, is what it seems like. It's crazy bullshit. Um, and I mean, Christ Almighty. I mean, to think of what happens to people down there when they don't get it on video. So I tell you something. I would encourage each and every one of you guys down there to get some kind of a recording device, and if you encounter cops, especially any cop down there, I mean, you don't know who's good and who's bad until you start to deal with them. So whenever you start dealing with a cop down there, I would pick up a camera, whether you're getting stopped for a ticket, whether you're getting stopped on the street, no matter what. Okay, I'd get a camera and I would videotape all the actions when it comes to cops or dealing with any, people of any kind of authority, because it's crazy. I mean, from what I can see on these videos, and I mean, you know, they speak for themselves. So, and I mean, all you got to do is look them up, and there they are, right? I mean, I'm not just talking out of my ass. Take the time to research these videos on YouTube. You'll see what I'm seeing, and I'll tell you, it just makes my friggin' blood boil. I mean, the way these people are being treated down there by cops. I mean, cops are not, just because they're wearing a uniform does not make them God Almighty. Okay, I mean, it's horrendous the way that some of these cops are treating people, and I'm sure you know that. I mean, people that you know. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I mean, I was watching these things and it bothered me, and so to cut a long story short, I watched a campaign thing from Donald Trump, and I watched a lot of other stuff on Donald Trump, And I really encourage you, if you're an American citizen, I really encourage you to give Donald Trump your vote. Okay? He really sounds like he wants to put America back on the right track. We are your neighbors, and that is why I speak out on that. Because the way things are going right now with you guys down there, I mean, it brings a lot of concern to me and to my um, fellow Canadians because you're right on the border, and I mean, with what it looks like to me is like you guys are ready to explode in I mean, listen to Alex Jones. I mean, it sounds like you guys are ready to explode into civil war and on and like holy Toledo. I mean, like you guys. I mean, if I were American, I tell you, I would be taking notice of who's getting into office because it's got to start somewhere. And Donald Trump sounds to me like um, he really wants to put you guys back in the good books as far as things go. And I mean, there was a long time I never ever had a concern about being next door neighbors to the United States until the last few years. I mean, like since Obama got in. I mean, Obama to me sounds like he hasn't done shit for you guys except put you on a track of destruction. And I think you guys got to get him the hell out of there and get Donald Trump in there because I think he's really your best bet. He sounds sincere. Again, I think he's for the working guy. I mean, I think he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders. So my thumbs are up to Donald Trump, and I also think that Jesse Ventura. My thumbs are up to you too because I think you know where it's at, Jesse Ventura. I think he's a pretty level-headed guy. So, anyways, enough said. I think that's what I got to say. And if you watch the video, I mean, if you can share it, like it, whatever, I really don't care. I mean, when I see these YouTube videos, I just get so frustrated. I got to do something. And this is the only thing I can do. I'm not an American citizen. But I have an opinion. I have a Canadian opinion. And like I said, we're your neighbors, and I sure hope you guys get shit straightened out down there because, well, I guess a lot of you understand what's going on. So I think you know what I'm saying. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.